President.
Thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much for inviting us here today. Many familiar faces with whom we are working very closely together, and I know exactly that you have the spirit. Europe has strength, Europe has huge potential, but we have to unleash it. So therefore I would say, you said from reaction to action, that's correct, but also from words to action is now important. The Commission is since 9 months in office. You know that we have prepared our term by asking Draghi and Letta to prepare their reports, and the diagnosis was absolutely crystal clear, also the urgency behind it. And we all are committed to this diagnosis. We should also say that this is unique. We've never had that before, that all of us say this is the right way to go. Now we have to put it on the road. And therefore we have started with, and you're familiar with that, with the different sectors or fields of action that are so important. Indeed, competitiveness and decarbonization. We've started with the Clean Industrial Deal. You asked for the simplification. You asked for the speeding up of the permitting and many other topics. It's in there. We have set up a startup and scale-up fund that is so badly needed for our startups that are innovative and that want to grow here in the European Union. We are proposing for the next long-term budget a competitiveness fund, also your ask, of 400 billion euros exactly to boost the competitiveness and to have the public hopefully associated with the private funding here in the European Union. On innovation, yes, we have to double down on innovation. We're good. We have talent in Europe. We know that. But the innovation, the breakthrough innovation, to turn it into a product that is scaling up and feeding in Europe, that's where we can get much better. We have proposed to double the investment in Horizon Europe, also one of your asks, and I hope that at the end of the long-term budget discussions, this will be maintained because it's a cornerstone of boosting innovation. We have two Achilles heels that you have identified too. That one is the structurally costs of energy, too high. The other one is that for financial services, we do not have a single market. There, it does not exist. It is too fragmented. Therefore, I could go very long on the energy topic. Important is on energy that we reduce our dependency on the volatility of the global market and that we invest more in homegrown, cheaper energy sources from nuclear to renewable, because this is where we define the price. On the global markets, you know, our dependencies can easily be weaponized. Of course, I'm aware that gas is a baseload that we will need, but the other energy sources have to be boosted even further. We have the Affordable Energy Action Plan, which is much broader, investment in grids and interconnectors, etc., that is already on the table, proposed by the Commission. On the capital market, as I said, we have basically no single market for financial services because it is so fragmented. This is why we launched the Savings and Investment Union. Emmanuel, you said it all, world champion in savings, but certainly not world champion in investing the capital here in the European Union. This is the project that we are pushing forward together. On defense, it's historic what happened in the last month on the European level, of course in close cooperation with NATO. But because the situation is as it is absolutely necessary that we have a massive surge in defense investment. This is why we enabled up to 800 billion of investment till 2030. The buzzwords are safe, the joint procurement, and the national escape clause. And there's an omnibus for defense that is on its road, the simplification in the defense sector, where the defense sector is asking for to be able to scale up and to produce faster and cheaper. This omnibus has to arrive. I'll come to that in a moment. Because when we look at simplification, we all agree we need simplification, we need deregulation, We need it on the European level. Actually, we also need it on the national level what the gold plating is concerned. So don't get me wrong on that one. But I hope that with the omnibuses, we are a good example, so others can also follow. There's one point that is crucial. We have now 6 omnibuses on their way. I started the first one in February. None of them has yet arrived at its goal, at its destination, because the co-legislators also have to do their job. And they have to come to an agreement. Before it's not agreed, you have no change. Even if we've put it on the road, you don't feel any change. These 6 omnibuses are 8 billion reduction of bureaucratic burden for you. But they will only arrive if the co-legislators finally agree. And therefore, next time when we have such a meeting, the Council is here, the Commission is here, the business sector is here. I would like to see the European Parliament here too, because we need them also to move the whole ship forward.
Not the whole Parliament.
Not the whole Parliament. Also, we don't have the 27 member states here, so not the whole Parliament, but they have a representation. Invite the leaders of the political groups, so that they also can sense the urgency that is behind getting the job done. Of course, they can change our proposals. That's democracy. But get the job done. That's the point where I'm behind it. To look forward, indeed, the 28th regime is top of our agenda. Emmanuel, you spoke about it. I want to mention one topic that is absolutely crucial, and this is the headline overall, and this is artificial intelligence. We have to embark on that journey. Our companies hold more than half the global market in industrial automation solutions. We have a wealth of data. If we turn this in application, my God, what could we do? So I need you also there on this topic, but there's a huge potential untapped that Europe can unleash. I have a last point. That is homework, yes. For example, simplification in the single market, tear down the barriers. That's a terrible 10 that we address. But almost the whole world is now asking for free trade agreements with us. And that's a huge opportunity. We have concluded in these 9 months with Mexico, with Mercosur, with Switzerland, and just last week with Indonesia, a mining giant. In the pipeline are for this year India, Malaysia, and others that are, for example, the TPP countries that want to work close with us. This is a huge opportunity for our business to have the global market. If you look at Mercosur, it's 770 million people and a quarter of global GDP. So also a potential to tap into. You said, dear Jacob, you are extending your hand. Thank you so much. I know this by experience. Let us grab your hands, hold tight together, include the European Parliament, and make it happen. Thank you very much.